Hi there, welcome to Speed Skating Deconstructed, What Makes a Skater Great. Back to the U.S. Olympic trials for a great battle between two up-and-coming distance skaters from the U.S., Ethan Cepuran on the inner from Illinois and Casey Dawson on the outer from Utah. They're training partners and they're part of a core group of U.S. skaters that seem to be making some promising progress towards greatness, Emery Lehman being among them. And these two guys. So we haven't had any really good distance skaters in a long time here in the U.S., but perhaps if these two skaters along with Emery make the next jump, they're in the best class. So, under 6'10", under 6'08", things like that. These guys are knocking on the door of that. We're going to kind of join this race in progress. Here's the NBC coverage. We've got Casey Dawson in the lead by about a second and a half here. I want to show you a couple things on technique, and then we're going to look at the end of the race. But what we notice about Casey's turns, real short, basic, no overextension at all. We've talked about pressure down and distance forward, and he gets that, although he's not really extending, which is just fine. He's just walking the turns, and I use that term. It really works. Walk the turns. Look at Nils. He's just walking the turns. And it really works with the clap. Now let's look at his exit here. It's very good. We've talked about the curl back here. He's not staying with that skate, cuts it off early, moves to this. So get off the end, cut the end off that skate, move with this one, and you'll see what happens. Really nice early on that skate. Boom, release, and good relaxation. A little broken line here, but he's moving well with the lead. The only thing I would say that Casey needs to do is be a little more powerful here to keep that ankle from breaking in. Powerful through the hit zone. That'll keep the ankle straight. It'll keep the line straight, and he'll move earlier with that leg. That's a little detail at the end, but that's how you become 6:02 instead of 6:12. So this line here and this line needs to be cleaned up. Do that by coming through faster with the skate. Otherwise, nice relaxation, nice amplitude in and out of the push. Same with Ethan. Ethan has great straightaways, very, very loose and relaxed. And he's even got that kind of Cromer, skate thing going on there behind in the recovery. Really uses his recovery well as a cue, and you can see how much rest he gets. Ethan gets a lot more rest than Casey does in his technique. Casey's a little more on the skate. But look at that, nice out, the push, and then back into the push. So straightaways for both those guys, very good. A little bit to work on. Here's another look at Casey's turn. And what I would say is this is a very effective distance turn. He builds his turns well. However, given this kind of technique, I would say try to do the Nils thing. You'll get even more angle on the blade. You'll get even more pressure down into the ice. And you'll use the centripetal and centrifugal force better. Get the head inside the knee. Really go extreme on it. Be that leaning tower. And it'll help because it'll be less effort. That's what we want to see. Ethan, a master at building his corners, and here we got about 3 laps to go on the race. Ethan's about a lap and a half behind. They're doing 29s. (29.5), 29.3 for Ethan. And this is where the race gets really interesting because Ethan is chasing Casey here, and it just becomes a great battle. Casey's been ahead the entire race, and we see what happens. This is 2 to go here. Lap times 9.5 for Ethan, 9.6 for Casey. And watch this turn. Watch this. Look at the build on Ethan here. Look at that build. Watch it again. He's just jamming right there. Really going for it, digging down for everything he has. Gets a great draft. Skaters out there, watch this. It was off the inner, getting a draft to the outer. He knows what it has to do with 600 meters. He's well behind at this point, but he's not letting it bother him. Look at the build of that turn. Look at that pressure. When Ethan is on, he's really on top of his skates. When he's not, but he is here. And he's, again, really chasing down Casey Dawson. 9.5.30 for Casey here. So coming into the last straightaway before the finish, and it's just a great battle. Both guys know there's only one spot here for the U.S., and making the Olympic team in the U.S. is different than other countries. It's like such a big deal because the press doesn't, no one pays attention to speed skaters in non-Olympic years. So this is it, all the way to the line. And it's an amazing battle that Ethan came back and actually won this race by 6/100ths of a second. Just a beautiful example of great distance skating, excellent technique, up-and-coming talent, and just a blow-away great performance. And Emery Lehman's over here. You can see him after the race. He had been leading at this point, and there he is. And these guys are a great core of skaters, and we're hoping that they continue to improve. So that was a great race there. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Speed Skating Deconstructed, What Makes a Skater Great.